Hi, my name is David Gwilt, and welcome to this episode of Thoughts for the Ages. I was thinking today about stuffing. Now, since it's around Thanksgiving, you might think I'm talking about stuffing a turkey. Well, I'm not. What I actually am speaking of is stuffing your feelings, stuffing your irritations, your resentments, your small resentments, whatever it might be, and not dealing with those. Stop it. I'll tell you right now, stop stuffing. It's not good for you. Too many people that I know personally, when they don't want to say anything negative, they don't want to tell someone that maybe their feelings got hurt in some way. And so what they do is they stuff it. They stuff those feelings. I've never been one to do that. When I was a youngster living at home, my parents would get into disagreements and arguments about things. And sometimes they were pretty big arguments. And, you know, as most arguments are, they weren't based on anything really serious. One person started saying something, the other person said something, and then someone's feelings got hurt. And then they might start hollering and yelling. They might walk away. Well, my dad had a workshop that was out behind the house, and so Dad would go out and he'd just spend a lot of time in his workshop for 2 or 3 days, which is interesting. He used to tell us stories about his father getting angry with his mom, and Grandpa would go out to the barn. He was a farmer. He would go out to the barn and he'd actually sleep in the barn for a few days. So my dad kind of modified that to just hanging around the workshop. The point is that they stuffed those feelings. They didn't deal with it. And I decided years ago that I would not live my life that way, that what I wanted to do is deal with those feelings, because I never thought it made any sense. You get irritated and your feelings are hurt and you have a disagreement with someone. Now you don't talk it out. And what you do is you bury that. You keep that inside and you tell yourself, okay, I've let that go. But in essence, most of the time you haven't let it go. It still bothers you. And then the next time it comes up, something comes up, a disagreement, and your feelings are hurt, or you have an irritation, or you're angry, and you bury that as well. You get the idea. You keep stuffing it, and it doesn't go away. It just doesn't disappear because you've stuffed it. It's still inside there. And then one day you decide that you're going to blow because you've had just too much going on, or you continue to stuff those things your entire life and you live a life of quiet desperation, if you will, because you haven't been able to actively participate in your life and participate in those feelings and live more happy, joyous, and free. So I would encourage you, don't stuff it. Stuff the turkey if you want at Thanksgiving. But don't stuff the feelings. Keep the feelings out there. And that doesn't mean to go off on somebody. I'm not encouraging you to just start hollering and yelling and bite somebody's head off. What I'm saying is to pause, maybe, to take a pause if you're irritated, to think about it. It may not be the right time to discuss it at that moment. It might not be the best opportunity to do that, but a time will come when you can sit and have some calm conversation. And of course, the important stuff is you don't do any name calling, you don't start hollering, you don't swear, you don't cuss, you don't do those things that are counterproductive. What you do is have an adult conversation about how you felt and let the other person respond. And when they're responding, don't think about what you're going to say next. Really try to listen to what they're saying. So, I appreciate you tuning in. Again, this is Thoughts for the Ages. There will be many of these for you to consider. If you'd like to comment, you can email me, david@davidagwilt.com. That's david@davidagwilt.com. Thanks very much.